Hi everyone, welcome to our first little lesson on painting a pear. I do have to admit I cheated a little bit. We are kind of live. I had to record this a little bit earlier because I can't get my Facebook page to go sideways. So you and I are both learning at this, but I hope you enjoy this video. Just post on the likes and on the comments where you're watching me from. I know a lot of people are watching me from Nashville and New York City, Montgomery, and all over the place. So this is pretty exciting. For those moms who are at home, I feel for you. I know you're looking for something to do with your kids, so this will be it. I want to thank my cameraman, Tony, who I've been driving crazy about doing this video. So we're going to start painting now. So Tony, pay attention. He's almost left. We're gonna start drawing, so he's going to zoom in and see where we're going with this. So Tony will let me know if you can get a clear picture of what I have. Okay, so now Tony can go take a break, and in about 10 minutes come back and check in on me, okay? Thank you, sweetie. Okay, I have here a little panel that I painted with white just so that we could be a little bit ahead of the game. And I'm going to show you how to draw and paint a simple pear. And kiddos, if you don't have regular acrylic paints, use your crayons, watercolor pencils. It doesn't matter as long as you're doing something.
Hey guys, thank you. Got some small ones in the mailbox.
Oh, hello to the UPS guy. Never comes at the right time, right? Anyway, we're going to start with a little yellow from Golden Paints because I'm an artist educator for Golden. So we have been Dazzlon Yellow Medium, but I'll post this online later. Chromium Oxide Green, Manganese Blue Hue, Ultramarine Violet, Vat Orange, and Sepia. I'm also an artist educator for silver brushes. So today I'm going to be using the green handle brush. It's called the Ruby Satin number 8. And it's a round brush that has a really nice little tip on it. And I'll be using also from silver the Bristolon 1901 flat. Okay, so let's get started. Oh, and I have a pencil here. When I'm drawing, and especially for the kids that are starting or people that have never painted before, I draw everything as almost if it was a shape of a letter. So let's say we have the letter C. So this is going to be my letter C for my top of my pear. And then we're going to have a big U for the bottom of the pear, right? So we're going to go, and don't worry, my pencil marks are going to be a lot stronger, and that's okay. And we're going to put a little stem up here, which is like a little T or a little L upside down, and a leaf. And a little sign here in the middle, okay? I'm going to use my silver rusty Ruby Satin number 8, but you can use any round brush you have at home or any flat. Don't worry about it. This is just for those pros that want to know exactly what brush I'm using. I'm going to dip my brush into my yellow paint, and I'm just going to put it on my pear with no rhyme or reason, just everywhere. Can't get any easier than that, right? I'm going to pick up a little of my orange, and I'm going to go on top of that. Yeah, you're wondering, how does she have an orange pear? But you'll see when we put all the other colors on there. And you just rub it around your surface, and I'm painting upside down so that you can see my painting and not my hand. I find a lot of times that when I'm painting and doing the demo, if I have the camera behind me, you can't see me painting, right? So there's kind of like a little pear, right? It's starting to look like something. Okay, so I'm going to take now more of my yellow, and I'm just wetting my brush a little bit, not too much. And I'm going to make my shape of my pear. And the reason why I put the orange on the right side is because I want that to be my darkest side. And I'm going to put some green over that later, and we really won't see that orange. But this is super cool to do at home. And after this video, practice with your kids, your grandma. Okay, so that's that. I'm gonna take a little bit of my green and I'm gonna put it on the side here, and it's gonna blend with my orange. And I'm gonna go all the way to the top to give them its shape, right? I'm gonna leave that alone so that it doesn't get all smushy and stuff. And then I had said to you to do a little bit of the ultramarine violet, and that's gonna be my background color. So while that's getting dry, I'm just gonna take a little bit of this paint, very little, and I'm just gonna slip slap. That's a real technical word that I use in my classes. And we're gonna slip slap that color to the background, just so that we have some color back there. If you wanna make it really strong, go ahead. This is your painting project. So it could be anything you want it to be. If you don't want it to be a pear and you want it to be something else, a little alien, that's okay. This is for you. And after the class, if you share this project with your friends, I'm gonna at random pick out a name, and I'm gonna finish this after the video a little bit more, but I'll send you this original one for free. I'll let you know who wins, and you can just IM me your email address, your mailing address, and I'll send it to you in the mail for free. Okay, and there may be another little surprise in there. So if you liked my video, please comment. This is the first one, so we're gonna get all the little kinks out of it, okay? We corrected the lighting thanks to your suggestions. We moved the table a little bit. So I'm speaking a little bit louder, and I'm trying to speak a little slower. They told me I speak too fast, and I agree. But I'm really trying to slow down. It's not in my nature, right? So this is a little leaf. We're gonna paint that green and let it be. By now, our pear is almost dry. If you're using crayons, you know it's not gonna be wet, so I'm gonna put a little bit more of my yellow paint on my pear. And blend those colors really good. So now you can't really see all that orange that much. All you see is a dark area on my pear. That's one of the little tricks. People tend to do everything yellow and then they shade it with a little bit of green. This is so much easier, and it's starting to look like a pear. And if you can see by my original one, my pear has a lot of colors in it, but you really can't see it close up, but it has all these different colors on the bottom. Okay? If you want to make your pears a little bit lighter, I have another pear here that I have done, and I have left a lot of the white showing, but it's up to you. It's whatever your taste is. So here's the little pears so that you can look at them. I'm going to take more of my green, and I'm going to go on the edge of my pear and shade that a little bit. And if you notice, I go back and forth. I go from the background to the pear. I'm going to make a little curve here, another little C. And who knows what I'll paint next. So you give me some suggestions of what you would like to see me paint, and I'll be happy to come up with a project for that. I also have my favorite color from Golden, which is called Manganese Blue Huge. No, it's Manganese Blue Huge. Hue. Why is that so hard to say? Anyway, don't you love this color? Now this, what I did is I put it on top of the light purple color, which is called Ultramarine Violet. And it gives you a nice little mottled background, right? It looks pretty cool. Now I'm going to come back with the same big brush, and I'm going to rub a little bit more of that yellow onto my pear. And now it's starting to look like a pear, isn't it? I really like the way it's coming out. So I'm going to come in here and put a little bit more of this paint. And please feel free to share this. If you know somebody that's at home right now and is looking for something to do, even if you've never painted before, give it a chance. You know, I didn't paint this way, you know, from the get-go. I do practice a lot, and anybody that tells you any different, well, they were just born with a lot of talent. That wasn't me at the beginning. So art, you know, at this time should be pure therapy for you and fun to do with the kids. Even my grandson is painting with me at home. Hi, Anthony. And my son in New York is painting with me also. So you can reach so many people by just painting. So I'm going to put a little bit more green in my background here. And then I'm going to do the shading on the bottom of the pear to ground it. So for that, I'm going to use a little bit of my, let's see if this is brown here. I'm going to use the brown. So what I do is I go on the bottom of the pear first. And I move it back and forth. And obviously, you know, we're going fast here because it's a video and I don't really know how long this will work on YouTube, but we're gonna figure all this out together. So those of you who have done this, you know, for a while, let me know what I need to do to make it go on Facebook without being upside down. So here's our base. And moms, paint with your kids. You know, it's just a lot of fun. I remember growing up, my mother on Fridays used to go to Woolworths, for those of you who remember what Woolworths was all about. And she used to get me and my sister coloring books. And I had the big box of coloring, the crayons. Remember the big box of Crayola crayons? And it had the little sharpener in the back? Well, that's what my sister and I used to do on Friday nights while we watched the Flintstones on TV. So it's nice to remember those things with the family. So here we're almost done. I'm just going to put a little bit more of that light green on my pear. And remember, this is just a little basic project to get you started, because I want you to hang in there with me and paint with me every week. I'm going to try to do this every Friday. So if you will join me on Fridays, I'll be happy to paint something that you would like to paint. And like I said, this is not an art class. It's just something to get you through. Because I miss you. I miss my students. And so you have a pear. See, it wasn't that hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post this on Facebook at 2. And then if you have any questions, I'll be live for real. And then I can answer all your questions about the painting. I think that would be a lot easier until I figure all this stuff out. So for all of you who have responded, I really, really thank you. Let's get this little movement going. A lot of my artist friends around the country are doing the same thing. So support your local art and your local artists. And I'll answer your questions in a few minutes. Thank you so much for watching.